Hey, welcome to drinknectar.com. I'm your host, Josh Wade, and this is the internet's place to explore the five senses of coffee and wine. Today we're going to the middle of the state of Washington, about 160 miles east of Seattle and 160 miles west of Spokane, and right in the middle of the state in Quincy, Washington, perched on the gorge, right next to the Gorge Amphitheater, is Cave B Estate Winery. They have a 30-room hotel and restaurant, a spa. It's a destination place right there in the middle of the state to go to. It's 120 acres from Vince and Carol Bryan. Winemaker Freddie Arredondo produces about 5,000 cases a year, all estate fruit. I think they're making about 17 different wines out there from their estate fruit. It's a beautiful place, just overlooking the gorge. I'll get some pictures up here so that you can see them. The first wine we're going to try is their 2008 Riesling. It says 1.8% residual sugar. Clocks in at about $18. You see the color of this is a nice, beautiful, really rich honey color. I've got a little piece of cork floating in there. The cork dried out and broke off. But anyway, we'll give it a sniff. Really some great crisp acidity. Just I can smell it right there in the nose. And you also have some good pineapple aroma in there. It's got a nice perfumey quality to it as well. Looking forward to giving this a sip. Hopefully I don't get the cork in my mouth. Let's give it a sip. Loving the flavor of this wine. There's just enough sweetness right in the mid palate, and it's washed away by the acidity in the back. You get tons of tropical fruits in here, some guava. You also have some citrus fruits like nectarine, and that pineapple flavor comes through just a little bit as well, but it's not over the top because it's not super citrusy. It's actually more of an elegant, like a fruit salad in Hawaii or something like that. It's a fantastic wine. Really enjoying it. The next wine we're going to try is a 100% Semillon, also estate fruit. It's a 2008. This one is $20. I spent a little bit of time in oak, but not brand new oak, in some twice used and some neutral oak as well. Really amazing, bright gold colors. It's like gold jewelry in a jar right here in this glass. So let's give it a sniff. Actually getting a little bit of some toasted almonds in there as well as some vanilla. You can tell that it spent some time in oak, and I know it was twice used in some neutral oak, but you could obviously tell that some of that treatment was imparted to the wine. But let's give it a sip. Really presenting a lot of different layers of flavor in this one. Starts off slightly thin in the very, very beginning, and then starts to present some elements of honey, as well as that vanilla flavor in there. Small amounts of nectarine, not over the top in tropical fruits and aromas. It has a real subtle and smooth richness to it that I really enjoy. At $20, I'm not sure it's something that I would purchase on a regular basis, but it's certainly an excellent, unique wine to bring out on occasion for some special occasions. But it's not going to be your typical summer deck sipping or boat sipping wine. Give it a try in a tasting room. See if you enjoy this type of wine before you actually invest in purchasing it. This last wine we're going to try is their Cuvée de Soleil, Cuvée of the Sun. This is their blend of 44% Cab, 31% Cab Franc, and 25% Merlot. Comes in at $40. Spends about 22 months in oak, a different regimen between new and used French and American oak. I'll type it up in the text there. You can definitely tell it's extremely dark and thick and opaque. This wine, barely see through to the bottom of the glass, and I don't even have that much poured. Let's give it a sniff. Huge amounts of aroma, just jumping right out. So the heat there, the extreme growing seasons bring some bright plum to it. It's not a cherry fruit, it's kind of that darker plum, but it is bright, it's out there, it's very fragrant. You also have some great components of vanilla bean, a little bit of cocoa in there, and then I'm also pulling out just a hint of some leather that you've got in the nose. So a lot happening, very dynamic on the nose. Let's give it a sip. Good, elegant feel across the mouth as it washes across. You get that great fruit flavor, and the back end has enough of that strength in the rear end to pair well with food. Some hearty sauces, some burgers, some great steaks would be fantastic with it. It's a very dynamic wine with a lot of layers and structures happening in there. You're going to enjoy it. It's got a good, long, lingering finish. At $40 might be on the high side of the price for some people, and it actually is feeling a little young. I didn't mention it's a 2006. Certainly could sell her for another 5 to 10 years, 5 to 8 years. You'd probably see some great softening of that back end tannin, provide a little bit more smooth, sweet fruit to it as it ages a little bit. But very, very impressive. My first attempt or first offering at any Cave B wine that they have. I'm really looking forward to going out and spending some time in the center of the state. Have you been to Cave B? Have you been out there and experienced facilities? I'd love to hear it in the comments if you ever had any experience with Cave B Winery. Life is always meant to be enjoyed with friends, so make sure you grab a bottle of wine, enjoy it with friends, and drink happy.